Hey again! This is chapter 26, and it's called Harry Winston. It's kind of a long one, sorry. Taylor only knew it was the morning because a nasal voice over the room speaker told her it was time to wake up. She was still lying in bed, and when the lock clicked and Tara walked in, her arms were full of clothing. "Get up, sleepyhead!" Taylor sat up, rubbing her eyes. "I didn't sleep much last night." "Well, you have to nap later because right now we have a lot of fun to get to." She laid the pile of clothes at the foot of Taylor's bed. "Fortunately, we wear the same size and everything, so you can borrow my things for now." Taylor looked down at her smock. "You mean I don't have to wear this thing?" Tara stared at her. "You're kidding me, right?" Taylor shrugged. "I don't know." "Wow, you've got this place all wrong. This isn't a prison. That's just an examination smock. We all wore them on our first day when we were establishing baselines. But that was yesterday. Today's your lucky day. Dr. Hatch said to take you shopping for a new wardrobe. And guess where?" Taylor shrugged. "The Miracle Mile." "Huh?" "Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills. Heard of it? If you're anything like me, and you are going to have the time of your life." "I don't have any money," Taylor said. Taylor laughed. "You don't need money here. Now get dressed." Taylor looked through all the clothes Tara had brought. None of them looked as if they'd even been worn. "Wow, these are some expensive brands." She picked up a pair of jeans. "You can keep whatever you like. I'll just get more. Actually, you'll get whatever you need today." Tara held up a blouse. "I love this one. It looks great with my complexion. Do you like it?" "Yeah." "Well, then try it on." Ignoring the video cameras, Taylor slipped off the smock and put on the blouse. "You look ridiculously beautiful," Tara said. "You're the most beautiful girl in this place." She laughed. "Oh, that's the kind of complimenting myself, isn't it?" Taylor grinned. "Yeah, it is." After Taylor was dressed, the two girls walked outside the cell to an elevator. Tara put her finger on the fingerprint sensor pad. The screen turned green and the elevator door slid open. "We'll stop by the cafeteria to get some breakfast on the way out," Tara said. She pushed the button for the floor 1, and they ascended 2 levels to the main floor. "This way to the cafeteria," she said. The cafeteria looked less like a school cafeteria than a restaurant and a fancy hotel. They were met at the door by the restaurant's maitre d', a short Italian man with silver hair and a black tuxedo. "Good morning, ladies. You look both Basalima." "Yes, we do," Tara said. "Thank you for noticing." "Thank you," Taylor said. "What will it be today? Crab Benedict and banana and candied walnut oatmeal are today's chef's specials." "I just want a banana smoothie," Tara said. "We're in a hurry." "I guess me too," Taylor said. "Will you be having that to go then?" "Yes," Tara said, "and fast." "Yes, very well." He ran back through the kitchen doors, and just a few minutes later a waiter brought out our smoothies in plastic goblets with small silver spoons. Tara took both glasses and handed one to Taylor. "Let's go, sis. We're burning daylight." "Where are we going?" "I already told you, shopping." "Outside?" "Well, duh." Taylor looked around. "No one's going to stop me from leaving?" "Why would they do that?" "Dr. Hatch said—" "Oh," Tara interrupted. "That reminds me. Dr. Hatch is going to meet up with us a little later. He said he has a surprise for you." Her eyebrows rose. "So get excited. His surprises are epic. He doesn't do things small." Taylor followed her out the front door. At the first time Taylor had seen the sun for several days, her instinct told her to bolt. But She was still surrounded by fences, and Tara's happiness and reassurances had calmed her some. A Rolls-Royce Phantom was waiting for them at the curve. The driver stood at the back door, holding it open for them. "Good morning, ladies." "Morning, Griff," Tara said. "Good morning," Taylor said. "Welcome to the academy, Taylor," the driver said. "My name is Griffin, and you can do anything, and I can do anything to make your day more pleasant. Please let me know." Taylor wondered how he knew her name. The two girls climbed into the back seat. Taylor had never been in such a luxurious car. The interior was all leather, glass, and highly polished burled wood. A glass partition separated them from the driver. In the center console was a telephone. Taylor's heart jumped. "Can I call my parents?" Taylor shook her head. "We'll have to ask Dr. Hatch, but it's probably too soon. There's still too much of that still in you." "Too much of what?" Taylor said. Tara pointed to the world outside in the compound. That. The drive from Pasadena to palm tree-lined trees of Beverly Hills was only 25 minutes. It was a bright day, and the sidewalks were crowded with both the glamorous and those seeking it. Griffin parked the Rolls in a reverse spot on South Santa Monica Boulevard, then followed the few yards behind the girls as they shopped. "Why is he following us?" Taylor asked. "Duh," Tara said. "Someone's got to carry our bags." Rodeo Drive started at the Beverly Hills Hotel and stretched on for nearly a mile. "You've been there, Jacoby, when you were a baby." Tara explained that the district took up the 3 city blocks and had over 100 boutiques, hotels, salons. Every fashion designer worth visiting had a shop in the neighborhood. In the first block, they passed stores Taylor had only heard of: La Coastal, Juicy Couture, Chanel, Hugo Boss, and Giorgio Armani, which I'm not sure. I didn't say that right. Tara pulled Taylor towards Juicy Couture, the tall glass store with a window display of mannequins in jewel-studded track suits with purses patterned with couture trademark crowns slung over their shoulders. Tara wanted to look at the swimsuits and pull the floral print tacchini from the rack. "What do you think of this?" Taylor looked at the price tag. $230 for a bathing suit? Tara shrugged. "I know. Bargain, right?" They crossed Brighton Way and continued down Rodeo Drive. Tara pulled Taylor into Savante Ferragamo. I don't know. At Tara's insistence, Taylor selected a pair of sunglasses in red, and Tara got the same ones in purple. Outside the store, called Dolce and Gabbana, Tara squealed, "They have their new collection in! Come on!" A woman standing near the front of the store smiled as the girls entered. "There are 2 of you? Which one of you lovely ladies is Tara?" "I'm Tara," Tara said, curtsying. "This is my twin, Taylor." "Twice the charm. It's such a pleasure meeting you, Taylor. How may we serve you, ladies?" "We're here to dress Taylor up," Tara said. "Our pleasure." The woman snapped her fingers in the air. Marking Tara and Taylor some sparkling water, she turned back to the girls, smiling uncontagiously. I'm not sure. "This way, please," Taylor whispered to Tara. "She knows you." "Of course, I'm one of her best customers." The woman led them to the dressing room where the staff delivered outfit after outfit of gorgeous fabrics and light dresses. They spent more than $5,000, and the saleslady waved happily to them as they walked out. the girls' arms heavy with shopping bags, which they surrendered to Griffin. Taylor trailed behind Tara all morning as they walked through Tara's favorite stores, BB, Gucci, Chanel. Even though they were the identical age, Taylor thought Tara acted more like a 21-year-old than a 15-year-old. She knew her way around the stores. And if they didn't already know her, all she had to do was say that she was with the Elgin Academy, and the employees tripped over each other to help them. At Tara's urging, Taylor purchased 9 pairs of jeans, 6 skirts, 4 pairs of shoes, 8 shirts, 2 leather jackets, and 3 bags of accessories. Just for fun, Tara picked out 3 identical outfits. Taylor was nervous about all the money they were spending. She had once used her mother's credit card to download an album without asking, and she had been grounded for a week. "Whose credit card are we using?" Taylor asked. Tara held it up. "American Express, black card. It's mine. I just have to ask first. But they've never turned me down. I think it has like $200,000 limit." Taylor's jaw dropped. You've got to be kidding." "Nope. Far cry from Preston Street, huh?" Taylor looked at her. How do you know where I live?" "I asked, of course." Tara smiled. "Sis, you just don't understand how excited I've been that you are here. Your coming home is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me." The way Tara said home scared her. Taylor wasn't sure how to respond to Tara's excitement. Finally, she just said, "Thank you." A few minutes later, Taylor was looking at the diamond necklace displayed in the window at Tiffany's and Company when Tara said, "Dr. Hatch said not to buy any jewelry." "I was just looking." "No problem," she said. "He'll be here soon anyway. He wanted to meet us around 1, which is," she looked at her watch, "almost a half an hour from now. Are you ready for a break?" Taylor nodded. "Good, because I want to show you something." Tara led her to Via Rodeo, where they wandered through the cobblestone roads, pausing at the fountains and wrought iron lamps and arches. Griffin still followed, but at a distance. "This is so beautiful," Taylor said. "It's European," Tara explained. "Have you ever seen the real thing, Europe?" "No, someday." Taylor's parents had promised to take her on a tour of Europe the summer after she graduated from high school, something that, even with her mother's professional discounts, they'd still have to save and sacrifice for. Thinking of her parents made her heart ache. Tara touched her shoulder. No. "No? You will. You are going to love our vacations." They walked past a crowd of tourists posing in front of the fountain and crossed the street towards Beverly, Wiltshire. "Are you having fun?" Taylor nodded, even though she was still afraid. "I told you would like it. Only one thing I'm disappointed about. I usually see celebrities. I guess you can't have everything." Before Taylor could respond, Tara asked, "Are you hungry yet?" Taylor figured that they'd spent more than $10,000 on clothes. "Are you sure we're not going to get in trouble for spending so much?" "We might get in trouble for not spending enough." "That is what we're supposed to do." "I just can't believe this," Taylor said, feeling confused. "Believe it. It's the way it is all the time. Dr. Hatch always says special people should have special things." Her face lit. "You like sushi, don't you?" I'm not sure. I've never had it, but I've always wanted to try it." "I've got the place for you." "I'm not sure." They walked a couple of blocks to a Japanese restaurant, Urshawa. The restaurant lobby was crowded, and Tara pushed her way through the hostess counter, which embarrassed Taylor immensely. "A table for 3, Tara said. The hostess, a middle-aged Japanese woman, looked at her dully. "Do you have reservations?" "No," Tara said confidently. "We're the Elgin Academy." The woman slightly bowed. "My apologies, Goem Nasi. Nasai? I don't know. Right this way." She whispered into the nearby waitress's ear, then grabbed the menus and immediately led Tara and Taylor to the table near the back of the restaurant. "We reserved this table for celebrities," the woman said. "Welcome to Urasawa." Excuse me. As they sat down, a kimono-clad waitress brought out a plate of gyoza. "This is amazing," Taylor said. "I can't believe they just let us in." Tara looked at the menu. Of course they did. Taylor looked at the empty seat. "Is Griffin going to eat with us?" Tara crinkled her nose. "No. Why would he do that?" "Then who's the third seat for?" "Hopefully that seat would be for me," Dr. Hatch said. He was standing next to the table, dressed casually in light slacks and a polo shirt. Tara smiled. "Hello, Dr. Hatch." Taylor bristled at the sight of him, but faked a smile. "May I join you?" he asked. "Of course," Taylor said. He pulled out a chair and sat down. How goes the shopping? Having fun?" "We've spent about $10,000 so far," Tara said. "Only 10? Hatch said. "Come on, girls, you need to pick up the pace. Shop like you mean it." Taylor looked at him with wonderment. Dr. Hatch lifted a pair of chopsticks and helped himself to one of the dumplings. He said. "Fabulous." The waitress returned with a large platter of sushi, tempura, and yakiku. I don't know. The waitress bowed to Dr. Hatch. "Dr. Hatch, yukoso, damokari gasamasu?" Tara and Dr. Hatch attacked the food while Taylor fumbled with her chopsticks. "This is great sushi," Tara said. "Not as good as that place we ate at Tokyo last summer, but it's still good." "Kuobi?" Hatch said. "Wonderful restaurant. One of the few places that still serves pufferfish." "You went to Tokyo?" Taylor said. Dr. Hatch handed Taylor a fork. "Chopsticks can be such a bother. Please enjoy the agui. Is especially delicious." Taylor speared a piece. "What's this?" "Eel," Tara said. "It's my favorite." Taylor looked at a tiny bite while Tara and Hatch watched her expectantly. "What do you think?" Hatch asked. It looks gross, but it was pretty good." Hatch smiled. "Things aren't always what they seem," he said. Taylor sensed that he wasn't talking about the food. "Bet you didn't have sushi this good in Idaho," Tara said. "I didn't have it at all. Sushi's kind of expensive." "That's too bad," Tara said. "It's not a big deal," Taylor said defensively. "It's just food." "Taylor's right," Hatch said. "It's just food. And besides, want is a thing of the past." He smiled at her. "From now on, you're going to experience things you've only dreamed of. And you're going to travel to places you've only imagined. Bali, Nepal, Moscow, Paris, Rome. And that's just the beginning. We have a student traveling right now from London to Dubai. It's a brave new world, Taylor. A brave new world with endless opportunities." He gestured with his chopsticks. "Think of it. Every day, billions of people wake up to lives of desperation, some just hoping to survive another miserable day. Those few with enough to eat are hoping their lives might mean something, hoping their dreams and existence won't just blow away with the sand of time. But not you. Not anymore. What we do at the academy, what you do as one of the chosen, will endure. Someday people will read books about you. You will be talked about and discussed just like the early pioneers of explorers in today's textbooks. You are Christopher Columbus, Marco Polo, and Neil Armstrong, all in one. Why would they talk to me? Taylor asked. Because you're a pioneer in a very real sense. You are the prototype of the next great species. You will be more famous than you can possibly imagine. Taylor didn't know what to say. She had always wanted to be famous. Another half an hour, Hatch said, "Are you girls almost done eating? Because I have a surprise for Taylor." Tara smiled. "Lucky girl, Dr. Hatch has the best surprises." "Are you ready?" Hatch asked. Oh, it's almost time. I don't know if I can get through it. "I guess so," Taylor said. Hatch stood and raised his hand. The waitress rushed over. "Hi, sir." "Put it on our tab. 30% tip." "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir." They walked out of the restaurant. A black Cadillac Escalade with tinted windows was idling out front. Two black-suited men with ear radios and Avatar sunglasses stood next to the car. Hatch waved to them. "We're just going to walk. It's only a few blocks from here." "What's a few blocks from here?" Taylor asked. "Have you ever heard of Harry Winston?" Hatch asked. "Harry Winston, the jeweler?" "Exactly," he said, looking impressed. "How do you know Harry Winston?" "It's in a song, 'Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.' They say, 'Talk to me, Harry Winston.'" Dr. Hatch laughed. "Ha, brava!" "Very good, Taylor. You're much too young to know that, though. My mom liked that song. Likes the song. It bothered her that she used the past tense." "My mom, Hatch nodded. "Did you know that Harry Winston then gave away the most famous diamond in history? It's called the Hope Diamond, and it's more than 45 carats. Today, it's on display with the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. What's most impressive to me is that not only did he acquire the gem once owned by King Louis the 14th, but he also had the guts to cut it. He had the courage to improve it. That's how you make history. You cut against the rough." He looked up, "And here we are," he said, raising his hands. The store was composed of smooth gray stone. A simple brass sign out front read H.W., and below that, Harry Winston. A man opened the door for them. "Hello, Dr. Hatch." Hatch waved the girls ahead. "Ladies, after you." Taylor had never been in such a luxurious place before. The floors were carpeted in rich chocolate hues, and the walls were a dark mahogany. It was cool inside and windowless, the room lit by large wall lamps. The atmosphere was hushed, as if they'd enter a museum or library. "This is the place to buy jewelry. It's where the stars come when they're up for an Oscar," Tara said. "And you," Hatch said to Taylor, "are a star." An older gentleman with silver hair whisked across the room to greet them. "Ah, Dr. Hatch," he said with a French accent. "It's so good to see you again. I have the necklace you required right over here." "Thank you." "Tara, I'm going to spend a little time with Taylor. Why don't you find yourself some earrings?" "Yes, sir. This way, Taylor," Hatch said. The jeweler led them to a small private room. In the center of the room was a round, polished marble desk with a mirror and a magnifying glass. "Shall I bring in the preliminary selection?" "Please," Hatch said, matching the Frenchman's formal tone and winking at Taylor. The man nodded and left the room. He returned a moment later carrying 3 boxes, which he laid reverently in front of Taylor, lifting the lids off one by one. I would like to show you a sampling of our classic selection. First, the loop necklace. He held it out for her to examine. This elegant piece is made up of 385 round diamonds. It is immaculate. It's beautiful, Taylor said. Would you like to see it on? Hatch asked. Really? Sure. Taylor held her hair off her neck while the jeweler placed the necklace on her. He fastened the necklace, then slid a small oval mirror across the table toward her so she could look at herself. The necklace felt heavy and cool. Each diamond glistened like it was on show. Wow. She touched the necklace. She couldn't believe she was wearing it. Show her the next one, Hatch said. The next one? Taylor asked. The man nodded as he unclasped the necklace Taylor was wearing. Certainly. The baby wreath necklace consists of 117 round and marquise-cut diamonds for a total of 25 carats. The pendant is set in platinum. The necklace was shorter and thicker, the diamonds set in the intricate pattern of holly-shaped links. Do you like it? Hatch asked. It's cool, Taylor said. And the one I've saved for last, Nightlife, made up of 60 round and pear-shaped diamonds for a total of 13 carats with a platinum setting. Taylor gasped when she saw it. The brilliant diamonds hung from a delicate-looking platinum chain, the different diamond cuts alternating a stunning pattern. Hatch turned to Taylor. Anything stand out? Taylor smiled in spite of herself. This one definitely. She touched the necklace delicately. The jeweler nodded approvingly. A beautiful piece, he said. We'd like to try it on, please, Hatch said. The man lifted the necklace out of the case and handed it to Hatch. Hatch put it around Taylor's neck. The white diamonds glistened against her tan skin like they were alive. Taylor had never seen anything so beautiful in her life. She wondered what her friends would think if they saw her now. But rather than joy, the thought brought her sadness. She missed her friends, and she felt guilty for enjoying herself. What do you think? Hatch asked. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. How much is this trinket? He asked. Just a minute, sir. He turned over the tag. That piece is $168. $168? Taylor asked. The jeweler almost choked. No, Hatch said. $168,000. Taylor suddenly felt uncomfortable. That's like wearing a house. Fortunately, not quite as heavy, Hatch said, smiling. But do you like it? Of course, it's incredible. Good, then it's yours. She looked up at him in amazement. What? It's our welcome home gift to you. Taylor was speechless. You're kidding. Hatch put his hand on his arm, touching her bare skin. I would never kid about something as important as that. We are so glad you've come home. As he spoke through his thoughts coursed through Taylor's mind. A chill rose up her spine, and the depth of the darkness filled her with such terror she was suddenly nauseous. Taylor shuddered and pulled away. Hatch looked at her curiously. Are you okay? Taylor swallowed. Sorry, I guess I'm not used to sushi. He nodded. Of course. It's an acquired taste. Would you like the necklace wrapped up, or will you be wearing it out? The jeweler asked. Hatch looked at Taylor. Taylor? Taylor unfastened the necklace. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, sir, but you've already done enough. I'm not really used to all this. I understand. He turned to the man and handed back the necklace. Put this on hold. The young lady would like to think about it. Very well, sir, he said, disappointment evident in his voice. He returned the jewelry to the display case. Can we just go back? Taylor asked. Absolutely. You came in the rolls? Yes, Taylor said. Hatch took out his phone and pushed a button on it. Pick us up outside, Harry Winston. He slid the phone back in his pocket. Come on, Tara. Tara took off the pearl earrings she was trying on and said to the woman helping her, Sorry, out of time. The three of them walked outside where the Rules was waiting for them. The black Escalade was parked behind it. Griffin opened the door and Taylor climbed in first. Hatch sat down next to her. Tara sat in the front next to the driver. Hatch said, You know, Taylor, everyone in the family is very excited to meet you. Taylor swallowed. Then she forced out, I'm looking forward to meeting them as well. I'd hoped you'd said that because I've asked the chef, to prepare a special dinner in your honor. A personal favorite of mine, beef Wellington. I hope your stomach is a little more agreeable with that than sushi. I was raised on casseroles and pizza. I'm afraid I'm just kind of an average girl. Hatch frowned. No, Taylor, you're anything but average. This expression lightened. But don't worry, we're all not all china and crystals. We eat pizza and hamburgers too. However, tonight is a very special occasion and requires a special cuisine. He leaned back and smiled. The lost daughter has returned.